Good morning, everyone. We're going to try to move quickly this morning. We know it's a nice day and people are back out. I know we all feel strongly about youth sports and supporting young people in the community. We have a number of folks on today that will be out there today working with kids, and we have a number of scholarship recipients. So I want to thank all of you for taking time to be on with us. This is something we decided to do over 25 years ago. And as I was saying to Coach Kelly the other night, it started because there were some sports organizations that weren't able to get funding yet because they were new ideas, like Pop Warner and girls softball. And Whitey and I got together, Donnie Harding back then, to raise money and support them. And then it just took off. Welcome Tenley Ransom from Cambridge Engine Latin to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I'm going to start off the way we normally do with our good friend Tony V. He's been with us every year, hasn't missed. And so without further ado.
I can't believe that after all these years, I almost missed this virtually. Like I couldn't get it together to even figure out how to get on the Zoom. That's how backwards I am. I'm on my phone is sitting on my computer because I can't get my computer to get to Zoom. So I got my phone sitting on my computer, and so technology is not my friend.
What I'm seeing in the last 10 years, maybe it's just me seeing the sunny side of things. Have you all noticed that more and more people over the last 5 or 6, 10 years are showing up in amateur sporting events? I haven't done an exact count. I see it at Trump Field in Somerville. I see it at Victory Field over in Watertown, Nipamar over in Waltham. Sometimes I cover amateur games, and I'm just seeing more and more people. And I think in the years to come, we're going to see even more of that now that there's a collective getting together post-pandemic.
He suffered a number of really tough losses of folks who have supported young people in Cambridge. And so I just couldn't resist making sure that we stop and just take a moment to recognize some of them. The first person, as a Cambridge Engine Latin former student, we had some amazing influences. And one of them was Leslie Milley, and we lost her this year. And I want to ask Mayor Sumbul Siddiqui.
And I'm here to say a few words about Leslie Milley, or Mrs. Milley to many, who sadly passed away after nearly a 10-year battle with early onset Alzheimer's disease. And she was actually my geometry teacher at Cambridge Engine Latin. I want to acknowledge her amazing family, Vincent Milley Jr., also known as Mr. Milley, to many, Ronaldo Milley and Katharina Milley and all her loved ones. It was very clear to everyone that her passion was her family and teaching. I've actually never met a kinder and more patient teacher. So it was no surprise that she's, was the inaugural Teacher of the Year in 2007. And no surprise that she received so many teaching awards. And I always say to folks, you don't get where you are alone. And there are people who shape your life and come into your life and believe in you. And Mrs. Milley was that to me and to so many students. She knew how much I struggled with math, but she always said that I could do it. And she helped me in the mornings, in the afternoons, you name it, she was there. And she said, don't give up on geometry. So I know there's so many adults in our community, many of you who are here today, who are these people for our youth, who are there for our youth, who believe in our youth. And it does mean a lot. And while you may not know it, you are making such a difference. So I want to thank all of you and also congratulate the scholarship winners.
I want to have Carolyn Rodriguez say a couple words about Lucille. I just couldn't do the breakfast without recognizing St. Lucie. Carolyn?
So our dearest friend, Mrs. Lucille Kelly, I did write something for her because I have to focus. As I call her, my best friend from high school, only decades apart. AKA Dizzy Lou, creator of the longest running talent show in North Cambridge. 50 years ago, Mrs. Kelly and Mrs. Daly began working at the Fitzgerald Camp, a neighborhood camp that so many of our children had the pleasure of attending. This long-running summer camp has provided thousands of children in Cambridge and beyond a summer experience like no other. With a heartfelt thank you to MIT and Harvard, our little neighborhood summer camp has serviced families and developed friendships from all over the world. The Fitzgerald Summer Camp's rainbow-colored t-shirts are given as a token of love. Our motto, Friends Forever, will live on in all the hearts of the children who attend. 26 years ago, my mentors, Pat and Lucy, gifted me with this very special place to help carry on the neighborhood tradition with pride. Our camp promotes love, kindness, and acceptance. Our camp encourages, supports, and creates friendships that last forever.
Another North Cambridge legend. One of when we started Pop Warner, which was a a very eclectic group of Cambridge folks. Paul Ryden knows what I'm talking about. Vaughn Creighton was one of the original coaches, just a complete and true gentleman.
I first met Vaughn in 1991 during the adventure of starting a Pop Warner program. He was the first one who was in attendance at the Emmy Fitz, where after we put a notice out for interest in having the program. From the beginning, he was my inspiration. He had already been interested in starting a Pop Warner program, but as you know, he wasn't from Cambridge, didn't know the cast of characters in Cambridge, and kept hitting dead ends. So as soon as I put the word out and said we were interested in doing it, he was there. From the beginning, we worked together, meeting with other cities, negotiating fields, and where his specialty was, surprisingly, was recruiting young people to play. His being from North Cambridge, he had the North Cambridge area. At first, he was nervous about going into Jefferson Park, but once he got in there, met a few people, he was comfortable. And in the end, more than 60% of the kids in our first couple of years of the program came from North Cambridge. And it was his leadership, his inspiration that made that happen.
I want to let the young folks be appreciated right now. And this has become, I think when we started the breakfast, we didn't even have scholarships. We just did the support for the youth sports programs. And then we added a few, and now we're up to $14,000 scholarships. And we're going to keep doing more because this has become really one of my favorite parts of this. And, you know, I know Ty Bellidi's on. It also gives me a chance to get to know these young people because we all have to do a better job of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years later after high school. These young people still need us. We all make decisions that sometimes we have to revisit, or we just need a door opened or some inspiration. So this breakfast isn't just about helping you with your next endeavor, whether it's college or something else. It's about us getting to know you so you understand that you have a network here of people who want to help you. And if you don't know that, you do now. And I know you have my email and my cell phone. So the journey starts now, and we're there for you for your next phase of life. Just move on to the honorees. And first up, I'm going to introduce Ty Bellidi, who is on our advisory board, who's a former Babe Ruth and high school coach. He and I are both baseball family. I want to introduce Ty Belidi, who's gonna introduce our first recipient. All of them have plaques. I was at their houses at 10 o'clock at night the other night with the plaques. Ty.
It's a pleasure to be here with all of you this morning. Congratulations to the student athlete award winners, as well as the coaches and mentors being honored this morning. My name is Ty Belidi, and I'm honored to share a few words about the amazing coach, husband, father, and community member, Mr. Coach George Hines. Coach Hines is an ultimate advocate for Cambridge kids in general, but especially if you were a Cambridge kid who played baseball. Coach Hines dedicated more than 3 decades to developing, teaching, and supporting Cambridge youth as one of the most kind, consistent, determined, and dedicated baseball coaches in Cambridge.
Thank you to the Galluccio Associates for all the wonderful work you do for all the youth at Cambridge, not just baseball, you cover everything. And we really do appreciate your efforts and all the people in the background who don't get recognized and all the work they do to keep this thing going and making it a success. And to Ty, I don't know how I could live up to what he just built me up as, but I really do appreciate his support. And I learned many things from many coaches along the way, including April and people like that. Ty, I learned many things from Ty himself. So I really do appreciate this award. It means a lot to me. And hopefully I have many more years to continue coaching up in Babe Ruth. I really do appreciate it. And thank you all very, very much. And I do thank my wife for putting up with this for all these years and supporting me. He is right. It's a lot of work, but we love it. And there's a great reward at the end of the road with every single team. Thank you again. And I wish the recipients of the scholarships the best in the future. And the rest of the recipients, congratulations to everyone. Thank you, Anthony, and thank you, Ty.
Today, we're honoring Haitham Mansour, who runs our 1st and 2nd grade boys program for Cambridge Youth Soccer and has been doing it for years. Every Saturday, we have 200 1st and 2nd grade boys show up at Cambridge Common. And Haitham basically does it all. 200 kids, 1st and 2nd grade boys, and he does it all. He's the equipment manager. He shows up with all the equipment, which in itself is probably worthy of an award. He develops the coaches. He works with the coaches to make sure that they know what they're doing, and he helps them with their drills. He provides guidance to the coaches. He provides guidance and encouragement to the kids. When a coach can't come, he'll fill in for that coach. When a new kid wants to try soccer for a week, Haitham finds a team for him and encourages him. And basically, he spreads his love of soccer to 200 boys who are coming through our system, and many of them continue to play with us in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. He does so much, all with class, major understanding and intelligence about the kids, and most of all with joy. He loves soccer and he loves kids, and he brings that joy to the kids, and they know they're playing soccer with someone who loves it, and he spreads that love of the game to them.
Thank you, Jason. And I want to thank you and Susan Roth, especially you for believing me and your policy about play, no pay. I like that policy a lot, and you help so many kids that I know of, and thank you so much. Thank you. I don't have much to say because I'm not good at this.
My sister, Kathleen, she's been volunteering for various sports, well, especially basketball, since she was in high school. It's a long time now, but she spent time volunteering for the Baby Falcons, the YMCA. She put time and money, her own personal time and money, into getting the girls ready and driving them to play. Also helping fundraise and donate for them to play AAU. So without further ado, I want to introduce my loving sister. She's a big heart, and she's a big love for basketball and girls community. So Kathleen Skelton.
I'd like to thank you for this award. It's like a lot of us, it's something that goes without saying. Like, we do what we do because we love what we do. And, you know, and I grew up in the city. I grew up watching other women mentor me, like, you know, like I'm trying to mentor other women. So I grew up watching what I kind of wanted to be early in life. I know a lot of people might know her, but Carol Thomas, she actually, when we was growing up in high school, she was the me that I am now. I noticed that there wasn't enough out there for just us, for just the women, for just the girls. And I decided to make a safe haven, a safe spot for all my girls to get comfortable. And over the years, I didn't even know that, you know, time goes so fast, and it's been on my fingers. I can't even count anymore how long I've been doing this, but I just decided that this was it. You know, if I can show the next girl like Carol and Rhonda and Miss B at the Mission showed me to the next girl, then maybe we can breed a sense of always helping the helper, you know. And I hope that, you know, in years to come, there's another me out there to keep helping the youth in this community, because that's what we need. We just need the women and the girls to look up to somebody, to want to be somebody, because you can't be what you can't see.
On behalf of our president, Peter McCann, and the North Division Cambridgeville Baseball League, we congratulate Becky Harmon and all of the other award winners and student athletes for their well-deserved recognition today. The best way to describe Becky Harmon, for those of you who do not know her, she is an endless ball of energy. She is a doer, and she is passionate about completing what she commits to do, both on time and to do it perfectly.
Thank you so much, David, and my friends from North, friends who are like family. That was, David and I are kind of kindred spirits in our detail orientation and being early workers. So also, of course, thank you to Galluccio and Associates for the award. And I'd also like to congratulate my fellow nominees, honorees rather, and the special honorees who aren't with us. I'm getting choked up, but yeah, there's so many that have touched our family's lives. And it really is a small circle, everyone on this call. I think a lot of us, there's what I have learned through being involved through the North Baseball, and really I think my kids have, in the last decade, have played most Cambridge youth sports, is with 100,000 plus people here in Cambridge, the sports community is really small, and it's really tight knit. And in that comes a feeling of support and friendship. And in such a large city, I think it actually, through sports and our youth sports here, the community that we create helps us all feel grounded, and that we have roots.
To describe Campy, you know, I have 4 words: committed, classy, style is definitely a word I would put in there, and a gentleman. An old school gentleman.
Thank you very much, Whitey. I appreciate that. It's nice to know that I made that impression on you. And look at the gentleman you turned out to be. We all pick our own mentors. What we try to do out there every day, like I said, congratulations to the youth, the young people that won this scholarship. Remember that you're from Cambridge. Conduct yourself appropriately. You're representing us, and none of us could all be more prouder of you, especially when it starts at your home. You make your parents proud, then you make your teachers and your coaches proud. And then when you move on to the universities and to the rest of the world, you conduct yourself appropriately the way that we were out there trying to show you what to do from the beginning.
Seriously, there is no greater award than the Galluccio Award, because the Galluccio Award means that you're a Cambridge leader. And everyone who's been recognized today, both the athletes and the coaches, you're all leaders. And this city would not be as great a city as it is without all of you.
Thank you very much, Paul. I mean, wow, I'm humbled and honored for the kind words and the recognition. You know, this is the first time I've participated in the breakfast, and I have to say that I've enjoyed all the speakers. I've enjoyed the program, enjoyed seeing the kids and the recipients of scholarships. And I guess just to keep it brief, on behalf of myself and Cambridge side, you know, we're happy to be involved with Anthony's youth sports program. past, present, and future. And we look forward to the continued collaborations, not only with Anthony, but as the other things that you've mentioned, Paul, that are near and dear to me, and Run and Ride is one of them. So thank you for bringing that up. So I thank everybody again for the recognition. I'm humbled. Thank you. Everybody have a great day.
So first is some context. Mark and I coached together along with many others at Central Cambridge Youth Baseball, and Mark was a huge contributor. Mark is a soft-spoken guy, but a guy with big judgment and big capabilities and a lot of heart and a lot of energy.
You know, as a coach, I coached in Central for, I think, 10 years. And at every level, I went up one time and came back down and coached T-ball, farm league, minors, majors. And I may have, been able to teach a few kids how to catch and throw. But what I hope that I was able to convey most, or to at least a few of the kids, was the importance of, persevering through adversity, picking up a teammate when he or she falls down, working together for a common goal, and respecting opponents. Because I think that's what sort of we all want our kids to get out of their participation in sports.
Hey, hi guys. Hi, coach. I played with you for 4 years, and over these 4 years, I've learned a lot about you and myself. And first off, I want to say thank you. You were my volleyball coach, but I know you've been coached for a lot of different kids in a lot of different sports over a lot of different years. And I know you've touched more souls than just mine.
I wanted to just briefly talk about, my experience with you personally. I know that I remember my first years voting in Cambridge when I was, came of age to do so. And, back then we didn't have social media. We didn't have smartphones and access to all the things to find out as much as we could about a candidate. But it was easy to put a vote in for you because I knew you. And back then, when you didn't have these avenues of information, you kind of had to get out in the streets and do the work and get to know people. So that was one of the things that stood out to me, because I remember you through my youth. So it was really easy to put a vote in, and to know that you're still doing this well over 25 years later is amazing. So thank you for what you and your family have done. To mimic and to talk about or expand upon the fact that, Kathleen and Ty acknowledge their coaches when they were young. I too have the same experiences in Cambridge with Coach Linda Town, who, got me started and took me under her wing. I remember coming back to visit her at the high school, and that's how I got back into coaching, was unfortunately found out that she had passed away. And, I took a venture upstairs to see what was going on with the program at that point. And that's when I, got back into coaching and started back up. I also had Coach Cody for track and field back then, and Mr. Greenwich, who pushed me in gym class to even go out and be an athlete, and Misty Clemente, who also kind of took me under her wing and let me be a team manager back then when I was in school. So thank you to all those people that made an impact in my life and showed me what it was to be a coach. So, to kind of end off things, I take pride in knowing that I'm able to make an impact in a child's life. Yes, I am a tough coach. I'm old school like that. I'm learning to change a little bit with my technique and stuff with the way things are, but I still got a little old school in me, and that comes out occasionally. And I appreciate the kids' patience in dealing with it. And, for them to know that it's coming from a place that I care, and I want to see them do the best they can.
So now about my dear friend. And again, I want to congratulate all the winners, because I always say there is no better place to live in the city of Cambridge, and everybody who's played a role in this plays a part in that. And I just can't thank you enough. It's a special place. It's great to have the scholarship winners here. It's an amazing group of young men and women. So congratulations to all of them. But about 20 years ago, someone said to me, we really need someone to run the farm league. And I got a name. And this goes back to 1999, and his name is Ted Hoff. And I said, okay, it makes sense to me. And Ted started in West Farm League in 1999.
and he ran the farm league through 2018 on the field. But for 2019, 2021, he's been an advisor with his son helping out. And what Ted taught West Little League is it's about having fun. Because when you've got young kids, everyone wants to teach baseball. But Ted taught how to smile, how to have fun. And that allowed us to build a program. Because once they were done playing farm league and having a great time, it made sure that they wanted to play in the minors and the majors. And the success of West starts with Ted's leadership.
I want to congratulate the scholarship winners. Before I get into other people to mention, I'm very jealous of your age. You're going to college. What an exciting time in life. It's fantastic that you won this scholarship, that you're moving on. You're going to have great experiences. All of you were tremendously impressive. So congratulations to you, and hope you have a great time and experience when you're at college. I also want to say that, well, thank you, Louis. You mentioned St. Peter's too, but I thought this was about the farm league. So I have coached at a lot of different years, and I have to say that I very much resonate with what Kathleen McCullum said when she talked about coaching kids. The farm league level is 5, 6, and 7 years old. They are great. It is so much fun to be out there. And I appreciate what you're saying, Louis, that I help kids to smile, but how can you help but smile when you're around kids that age? I want to thank Louis personally. He has been tremendously is an understatement, supportive of all that I have done and that all we're doing in baseball. By the way, I love living in the city of Cambridge. We have a great city. We have a great city manager. He was the one who came up to me early after 1999, 2000, and said to me quietly, this farm league is critical. And I thought I was just helping. But I appreciate that recognition of how to bring families in, bring kids in, have them enjoy the game. Most importantly, having them have confidence in themselves, believe in themselves, yes, smiling. And Louis has come by at the end of the program. Every year we have award ceremony, and he is the first one to lead it. As long as I'm on the award ceremony, I just want to say thank you to, I believe, I absolutely agree with everything that's been said about Anthony Galluccio. He's spectacular, what he has done for the city, what the Galluccio Awards mean. But we've been able to organize some awards at the end of the year. And we've had former mayors come by, Anthony, David Maher, Michael Sullivan, Mark McGovern has come to our West Cambridge ceremonies, and they give a great tribute to all of the kids, and very well deserved. Also, in addition to the kids, there's parents, and they are fantastic. And if you are a parent standing on the sidelines at a farm league practice, with my invitation and encouragement, you'll soon be a volunteer. And we have had great parents. And I want to point out, she's not on the call right now, but Charmy Altschuler was one of the first mothers that I recruited, and she was spectacular. She had 4 boys. So she was fantastic with the farm league. But Rob Belkner and Anthony Galluccio, Ned Denny and Michael Patty, many people who
all of you, this was the 25th annual, if you can believe it. The 25th annual. We'll see you next year at the Royal Sonesta for the 26th annual in person. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.